Hello and welcome to Five Man Shuffle, a Dota 2 Rumours podcast. This week featuring journalist from WePlay, Arseny, as well as our usual correspondents, Nomad and Neff. In this show, we're going to be chatting through and revealing some of the rumours that we've picked up on our travels. Of course, it's worth highlighting this at an early point in the podcast. These are just rumours. Things in the scene always change. We're not always going to be able to source what we say for fear of protecting our sources from assassinations of the dirty kind that you'll find in the Dota scene. So please don't treat anything here like cast iron unless we say it is. But there should be some juicy bits of info coming up. And let's start off with the juiciest of scenes, which I think is feeling pretty solid now, pretty confirmed. North America, Neff. Has there been much movement happening in North America over the past week?
No.
I have no idea. North America is a mess, more of a mess than it has ever been right now, because nobody is sure exactly how these DPC leagues are going to go and who's going to slot and where. It's not even about who's playing with who at this point or assembling any sort of super team. It's everyone is vying for whoever holds the manager slot inside the DPC website. So whoever has that has absolute power of who goes where. Everyone wants to start in the upper division in order to secure themselves a major. What I can tell you is that Quincy Crew no longer exists. The players have split up. Some want to go to Europe. Others are moving to EG. I heard the first week that it was going to be Quinn going to EG. Second week, somebody told me no. Third week of the podcast now, someone tells me that Quinn is going to EG again.
Okay. So last week we spoke. Let's talk about EG, are probably the team that people are most interested in. So let's talk about them first. Last week we said that they were looking at staying together with Crit, possibly moving to EU. Is that no longer the case? And now,
one of the players is moving to make space for Quinn, I believe. I think Abed is going to be staying with the team.
Okay. So let's speculate, guys, Nomad and Arseny. What does that mean to you? If Abad's leaving, Quinn's joining, Arteezy's
Abad's staying.
Abad's staying, sorry. Arteezy's presumably staying? Is it then Crit is... What's going on?
All right, Are you sure Abad's... Because he's been playing in... I mean, I guess it means nothing that he's been playing in SEA.
That he's gone home for a little while? Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to in the TI, post-TI region. I don't know, is the claim that Abed's staying just from Crit stream immediately after TI?
No, that's based on what somebody else had told me. You got to protect an anonymous source.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making sure it's not that cool. Okay. No,
I like your mustache that you have going on now, by the way.
You don't have to say that. It's for charity, so you don't have to actually compliment it. You can say it's horrible because it is. But
you grew that in a day. This is your November mustache. I don't believe that. I think that took you like a month.
It was like a month of not shaving, and then I shaved it in and was like, yeah, okay, let's make this a thing. But you can donate, which I'm sure Dan will put in the description of the of the podcast. But no, but based on the EG rumors right now, I think that's fairly consistent. I mean, I honestly haven't really heard much about EG, to be honest. I know that people have been saying that Crit is moving to EU. A lot of people have been saying that. I don't know how true that is.
I'm the person who's been saying that.
Yeah, it does seem to be a lot of people echoing that same thing. So maybe there's some truth in that. But I feel like it's always a really easy rumor to start to just say like, oh, this person's going back to their home region, because obviously, you know, they're probably going to be there the post TI period, and it kind of makes sense to them to go there because it's their home region, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I don't know. I think this one is true though. I feel it in my bones that we will have Crit in EU for next season.
There's a little
end up on?
There's a little thing that I've heard in the CIS region that maybe Nightfall, since he was benched in Virtus.pro, he might go to EG.
All right.
But I don't know where's he gonna play, because as I know, you guys were speaking about that he was practicing his position 3 recently in pubs, and maybe Ice might want to go, and things can happen, you know. But anything's possible, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I heard that one of the things that EG wanted, I mentioned this the first week, was I think they were getting bugged by a lot of people saying they don't have a North American team, so they wanted to bring in more NA players under the current roster. So that's why Quinn is a very big one, which had gotten a little bit more valid this week. Undying, relatively unchanged since
completely
last week.
unchanged,
Still, They're still thinking about dropping 1 or 2 players, as far as I know, but no word on which players are going to drop. At this point, it looks more likely that they're just going to stick together completely.
They
Yeah,
did
there was a
announce
tweet
they were going to
saying they
stick
were
together to
staying
clarify.
together, so pretty sure. That would be kind of a dick move to be like, we're staying together.
Oh,
just,
did they
just
announce it
kidding.
finally?
Screw you, Saber. Like, get out of here. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see that announcement. I just heard that they're probably going to stay together at this point. So I guess they had. I know their coach ended up leaving, so they're not with Febby anymore, right?
No, they're not with Febby, and their manager's left as well. If anyone's following the manager shuffle, which some sort of separate system.
What everyone's really here for, right? Is the manager
Where's Mo
information.
Farah
That's
going?
Shout out to my boy Panders, the manager of Undying.
Hopefully,
ex-manager.
big things ahead for him. Let's finish up by talking about Quincy Crew. You mentioned they've completely broken together. I imagine SVG holds the slot. Is that true that he'll be then forming a team around himself? Would you agree with that, Nev?
Sorry, who holds the slot?
SVG.
Probably. I mean, some people even talked about selling this slot. I think that's what Gunnar talked about doing. I know he wants to potentially move over to Europe and start playing over there. So SVG, it's possible that he does something like that as well. There's been a lot of talk of just selling your DPC slots, which is very anti-Dota. I know they do it in some other games. I'm not sure if our WePlay, our Russian correspondent here, follows any games outside of Dota.
Yeah, I do.
Do people sell slots often in like CS:GO, League of Legends, etc.?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then it sounds like Dota might start to pick up whatever.
As far as I know, in League of Legends, they just don't like really sell slots because Riot Games sell slots, not the teams or the orgs.
Okay,
Got
it.
Anything else on NA before we move on then? Any other little... We've got a lot of confirmed teams playing in... the question I want to ask is the teams we're seeing currently playing in the BTS tournament, BTS Pro Series...
No, those are all going to be gone. Like
They're all
every
gonna be
single
gone.
one of them. I've talked to all the players. Like none of those are sticking together. Like everyone is just fucking ditching each other as soon as this BTS Pro Series ends.
All right. Okay.
There's no loyalty there. It sucks. This is my region, but they're all... all those teams are just dead. T2 Hustlers actually has 3 South American... Simply 2 bases, 3 South American players on it currently. So that team isn't allowed to exist inside the NATPC this next season unless they somehow get a sponsor and fly everybody over. So NA currently
DPC.
Yeah, exactly. NA currently dead in the water, and we are 27 days away from DPC officially starting. It's rough.
Already, so you mentioned one sticking together. Do you know which team it is that's sticking together? No. Did you say the one, or did you say not one is sticking together, or one is?
Not a single one of those BTS Pro Series teams is sticking together. They're all splitting, man.
Okay, well there we go.
The physicist asks what's going to happen to Gunnar. Neff, NA correspondent, can you tell us?
He wants to play in Europe, and he probably will. I mean, the man's an amazing player. He's one of the best farming mids in the world. I imagine a team in Europe is going to pick him up if that's the region that he wants to go to.
Fair enough.
That's all I got for that one. I mean, he'll stay in NA if he doesn't get any amazing offers, because I still think that he's capable of being like on a top 4 team. Don't get me wrong, especially with Quincy Crew gone. But if he's on a North American team, it isn't going to look anything like how Rumours currently looks, because that is just a throw together team they made at the moment. Maybe if they win Pro Series, they'll think, hey, we're great, let's just play. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, let's move.
So
go ahead.
Purely on speculation, I just wanted to ask, where do we think that Gunnar will end up? Do we think he's going to end up in one of like the big 4, big 5 EU teams, or do you reckon he's going to be joining one of the smaller teams and try and get together a plucky band of go-getters to try and upset the balance like Tundra did? What do you expect? I
don't even know who he replaces. I mean, maybe he goes on... Wait, has OG announced who their mid player is yet?
They haven't announced anything.
All right. It's possible that he just moves over to OG. What about Liquid?
Liquid haven't announced anything. I imagine anyone got any eyes on Liquid yet? Let's talk about them. Liquid is tricky.
I mean, okay, so
go ahead.
I can say about Liquid is that I've heard multiple people say that they're spending a lot of money in Dota this season. They really want to just get like the players they want, and they're basically making sure that they can do it better than any other team. Yeah, whether that's actually going to lead. I will say some of the things we might be expecting. Might not be kind of, you might think, oh, well, if they're spending all the money, they're just going to get the All-Stars. But no, this is Liquid. They want to make a team which is going to work. So I think they just basically want the players they want, and they're going to go after them. And yeah, we'll see what they end out with.
Do you know if they're still building around players from that old squad? Because because you might expect Insania to stick around and build a squad. You might expect Mickey or Boxy to stick around, or do you not have eyes on that yet?
I mean, just based purely on speculation from what I think they'll do, I think they'll keep like kind of the core couple of players which have been really instrumental to Liquid and maybe swap some of the others, but I don't know for certain. I have heard some stuff, but it's very contradictory. What I've been hearing, like every other day, it's like different stuff. So I don't know much about what actually the actual players where they're going, etc. But I know they're probably gonna remake the team around a couple who they believe in and then change some others. But that seems to be the exact same thing for almost every single EU team which I've heard about. Like literally every single one is like kind of choosing a couple of players to keep and build around, and then changing around the other roles. Except for OG, obviously, which just seems to be a full wipe. Like, I don't think we'll see... I'm not sure we'll see any of the same players on OG this time around, honestly. It seems like it's just Misha, and then, I don't know, maybe Saxa stays. We already know about Seb. Sumail, obviously he was born for TI, so probably going to go somewhere else. And then Topson... Don't know, like seems like Topson. There's been some people saying that Topson might play in SEA, because of course, where he's moving to.
Oh yeah, his wife is
his family. Yeah.
Arsene, have you heard any EU specific rumors before we move to your home region?
Yeah, the only thing I can say for sure is that Corbin, who is the coach for Team Spirit, has recently, I guess a couple of days ago, he was holding a stream, his press conference of his own, and he said that there's going to be some meme stuff about EU teams. He was not really specific about anything, but that's just what I can tell about the EU.
My little tidbit of EU is that Secret are most likely breaking up. Zai likely moving somewhere. The source for that is a cheeky smile on the face of someone who knows Zai quite well. So who knows what that cheeky smile could mean? Something's happening with him is the thing. But are we basically agree that pretty much are there any EU teams that people know are definitely sticking together, or is it all very fluid?
The only thing I heard... Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Continue.
I don't think a single EU team will stick together, honestly. I think Nigma seems like the one which is probably going to stay. Like, I just haven't heard anything about their players swapping around. I think, obviously, they'll try and fish for a new carry player or something, but I honestly don't know. This is just speculation, but you think they'll stay with LTW?
I hope they will stay with you.
Let's go into your region then, Arsene. What's happening in CIS, Eastern Europe?
First of all, have you guys heard about the B8 drama, all the stuff?
Yes, Watson moving around.
The managerial, the same thing that Neff told us about the managers and slots. It's most likely that the whole roster, excluding Dandy, that they had in B8 will move to HR. It's TSA, Watson, and Limitless. They're going to join HR, most likely.
Makes sense with Resolution retiring today.
Yeah, and they also, HR also just announced that Kuman is leaving, and Lil has also already left. So yeah, it's kind of way more obvious. Also, with Lil releasing from HR, it means he said on his stream or on social media, I can't really remember, he said that he wants to continue to grow up and find a team that will suit his ambitions or something like that. He might go to a EU team, but he's certainly not going to Virtus.pro, because Always Wanna Fly said that he's not a part of the team. Lil me alone, he's not part of the team. But I guess it's kind of interesting. The whole VP situation is kind of fun
Yeah.
because
Let's
there
dig
are a
into that.
lot of. I mean, I'm reading about almost every single tier 2 and tier 1 player is rumored to be a part of VP. But
I mean, if you go
I
in
don't know.
VP, you're like a celebrity at that point if you've made it. So I guess everyone just trying to start rumors about either them making or their friends getting moved to VP, right?
And yeah, and even though they have GPK still on the team, they are rumored to sign depressed kid from Team Empire, and they want also someone on position 3 on offlane. But there's the DM who is already playing as a position 3 in VP. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know. I just I'm pretty sure that VP asked Winstrike for Yamich. He is a position 4 support, and he's pretty good. He's pretty cool, I can say. So he can be a good transition to and addition to the team. But since they said that they're gonna do a lot of tests and try new players, I'm not really sure. But I have this fun fact. Russian social media called VK.com. There happened a situation a couple of weeks. No, not a couple of weeks before the Animajor. Before the VP signed. No, it was after the Animajor. Well, anyways, before VP signed Bulk as coach, their head manager added Bulk as friends on VK.com, and the very same situation happened yesterday when Ramses added Sergei Glamazda on friends. It's the very same VK.com. So we might expect him to join as position 1.
We've heard
Like-
a lot of bad rumors about Ramses as well. Do you think he's at the level for the VP are requiring at the
Oh,
moment?
come on. Bad.
He is the level, no doubt. He is a cool, fantastic, experienced player. He can do amazing stuff, but he is still Ramses. It's like it's 50-50. It's like with Eternal Envy. It's 50-50. He can shoot the hell up of his opponents, or he will dive to get an arrow in his face. I don't know.
I want to go into the reasons for VP breaking up because they look like a very young, good squad to me. And I, after interviewing DM last year, was very certain they were going to stick together for a long period of time. What has led to them wanting to, from your knowledge, shift players and move around? Are certain people not performing as well, or is it been a breakdown in that friendship relationship that they all had together?
I know that they were talking about the friendship all the way around, but I know that the only true friendship that they had in Virtus.pro was between GPK and Kingslayer, also known as EDS, because they're like best friends forever, best buddies, and etc. And so they stayed in the roster, while Nightfall and Safe were kicked. So I don't know about the friendship thing. Like, they always say that we are like a good team, we're going to stick together till the end, and in 2 weeks they're disbanded. So it happens.
I think you always know something's off as well when the management is saying one thing and the players are saying another. Like the guy saying, "Oh yeah, no, everything's fine," when Save is playing pubs with LFT in his name. Like,
yeah.
Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's quite obvious that something's not right in this team.
Maybe they can
but-
swap crit with crit to VP and the Nightfall to EG. Maybe.
Crit just
it-
in a
speak
team full of
Russian, though.
Russian-speaking people, and he's just like, well,
I mean, but a lot of CIS players join EU teams and start learning English, so it may not be a problem to do the counterclockwise move.
could be a stretch. I'm just saying.
And the last thing,
Uh-huh.
continue. Please.
I hear there's going to be space for crit anyway in the EU region. Like I think we'll
I think there's
definitely
gonna be a
see
lot of
some
space.
tier 1 teams looking for him. That's for sure.
And the last thing that it's not really like solid thing, but I'm not guessing. I heard that FNG might join Monaco Gambit. Maybe.
Which would take Ein or Immersion out of that squad because he can play 4 or 5.
I don't know. I think that they're gonna build this squad around him, but I'm not really sure.
Cool. Lots to go, man. Let's
Really
move then
cool.
to the. Have you got anything to say, Nomad? You opened your mouth.
Oh, I just said that's really cool. I'm excited to see FNG. I was really hoping that Anorg would just kind of take him in and just kind of give him the freedom to make his team, because I still feel like that guy's got a ton of potential, which we started to see with Alliance this season, and then everything just fell apart internally within that team. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what FNG can do next season.
Definitely.
True.
Let's move easterly then. Neff, have you got an eye on what's happening in Southeast Asia?
No, man. Well, kind of. I have to scroll through all my notes here, so you'd have to give me a little bit of time. If one of my friends here would like to start while I go through these. So I'm half asleep right now. I was casting earlier today, and
That's
I'm
fine.
going to be going to bed pretty soon.
Southeast Asian rumours then, Arsene?
No, not really. Everything stays the same.
From
For
my last
as long
week,
as I know.
It felt fairly, from what we know of happening in the teams in the BTS Pro Series for Southeast Asia, from my knowledge, a lot of these teams are probably closer to finish than the NA ones. Would you agree with that?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, they are.
No one
they are,
knows,
for sure.
really.
Like SEA looks kind of like they sorted themselves out pretty quickly, I suppose. There is some strange things going on for sure. And then obviously we've had the Armel and Januel joining Fnatic, right? So
Yeah.
that's probably the most interesting thing in SEA that's happened recently. But it does mean like TNC is kind of just an open playing field. It's going to be interesting to see who they pick up, because TNC does seem to be the kind of proving ground for SEA players, and that kind of primordial ooze where a lot of good players kind of rise up from. So yeah, I think my eyes are on TNC and seeing who they pick up and where everyone goes. I mean, to be honest, if you sat there and you kind of like looked at all the promising players in SEA and kind of found that, because so many teams have confirmed, you could probably figure out a lot of who the new TNC roster is going to be, but I haven't done that because I'm very lazy.
I know Ponlo is in relatively high demand as the highest MMR player in the 5 position. He's been bouncing around, I believe. I don't know exactly what he's found. He tweeted, "Do I know what's cooking?" The implication that he was moving to Boone, perhaps, but I don't know if that's happening anymore. I think he's being trialed in a number of places, so I imagine that means that a lot of the top teams in SEA haven't quite finished their rosters yet. If a player, not unless because he's not
Gabby, Mikuto, Death, Hyde, Ponlo.
All right, what's that squad? TNC.
I don't know where it's going. That's the squad.
Yeah, I mean, it was guaranteed that Ponlo and Death would be playing together. I think.
Yeah,
they're
those
both Singaporean.
two.
They're both fresh players.
They want to kiss each other, give each other a big smooch.
So that sounds like an interesting squad. That could be a TNC squad. Probably not a Fnatic one, but a TNC one maybe, or another one.
I just realized my notes are just collected on like a Windows notepad of various conversations I had with people. So if you name somebody, I could probably just Control F it and find it somewhere.
Well, why don't you start by talking about some of the main rumors from that pad?
How about you name somebody so I can Control F it? This looks like a crazy person.
What's happening with Little Gun and Little Gun sticking together? They're going to be the same. If anyone's interested in Mongolian Dota, I like them.
I got Little Nick here, no Little Gun. Sorry.
What's happening with Little Nick?
That man doesn't have a team.
Well, there we go.
He's currently playing for 2 based on with like 3 other people from. Well, no, he's not playing with 2 base. He's on Black and Yellow right now with Sammy Boy switching between mid and position 4. It looks awful right now.
Yeah.
And Little Nick's like on position 4/5.
Let's.
Good.
That's cast.
I don't know. There's so much to ask about. Why don't you just tell us something? We'll use that as
Give us the juice, Neff. Give us the juice.
Can't even name any players for me to Control F here.
Stop being such a coy boy.
A coy boy? Oh, I've got one for Arkosh fans.
Wow, let's go.
All right. All right, I'm going to leave this cryptic. The dog is off the chain.
Oh,
Ooh.
that is very cryptic for Arkosh fans, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just stick to Southeast Asia, and then we'll close up. Then, are there any confirmed rosters that haven't been announced that you know about, Neff?
Someone is actually posting on Twitter about it right now.
There's the Boom. That's the OB Neon one, which we can run into.
Yeah. Hold on. There's this one. There's Paulos, Lewis, Enu, Hustler, and Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's
In your-
literally announced like 20 minutes ago. Good catch.
In Your Dream, Mikoto, Mizu, Joachim, Polison.
Wait.
But I
So
think that
Januel
one's-
isn't moving to Fnatic like everyone thought.
Maybe, but he's playing in the BTS tournament right now with that lineup. And that other one you said was released 20 minutes ago?
Are they? Yeah, they said 21/22. So
Nice.
All right, cool. My notes are a
Alright.
couple days old for that one. Let's see what else I have here. Scrolling.
Insta Enchantress pick for OB Neon, right?
Exactly.
Well, Chown is their coach. To be fair, he's
Yeah,
not gonna be
this was
playing.
the reference. Yeah.
He's an old man. What's happening with kind of the mid one side of things? Neff?
Mid one?
Yeah.
Excellent question.
No answers.
No answers here.
No answers here. All right. Well, I'm not just going to endlessly name random Southeast Asian players at you. Otherwise, this podcast will break down even further than it has. Normally, I like to keep a tight lid on content, make it stream well. And you have flummoxed and destroyed me, Neff. Give us a rumor and we'll close it off. I imagine, does anyone want any China?
Febby, EG Gabby, Fnatic Abed, Neon Yoi. What else I got here? TNC, Yoi, Young God, Febby. EG, Gabby, Ice are both. Ice out, Gabby in for EG, Fnatic, Armel,
That's interesting.
John Wells.
So Gabby to North America is what you're saying, to EG.
Yes, that's also something else that I'm reading here in my notes.
That's an interesting one. How likely do you think that is? Do you think that's a fringe thing?
Very unlikely, because I spoke with anonymous correspondent at Evil Geniuses, and they said that they were considering a lot of different options. So it's possible they just tried him out for a single game, or looked into picking up him and seeing his play style would match before trying out a couple other people. So EG's, I think not 100% confirmed. I think the Quinn one that I was talking about earlier is the most likely. Ice apparently is a rumor of him going to SMG.
All right. Is that SMG squad therefore sticking around in mid one, and because that was a pretty big team.
Yes, but I don't follow SEH at all.
Fair enough. Okay, well, we will bring on an Eastern correspondent next episode, and we'll get a bigger light on that. Any ideas about China? Anybody, or is that completely arcane?
I just know that. Oh, continue, please.
Oh, go ahead. I'm just gonna make a joke, so you go ahead.
Okay, I just know that there's a chance that X Nova joins Elephant. At least he wants to.
X Nova's joining every team. We've established this in previous episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He's
that's all I know.
Yeah, I've heard he's joining. I heard he's joining IG briefly, but I think Elephant seems more likely to me. As a good experienced captain, that's very much what Elephant need. I think X Nova may well end up there.
Yeah, we are struggling on Chinese information since Leon Arthur joined us and subsequently got visited by the Mafia and got his fingernails and toenails removed. So it is hard for us to find someone to cover the Chinese region. They're very secretive and they're very aggressive with how they defend their region. I'm going to end on a completely baseless prediction about what OG is going to be afterwards, because the one thing I've heard about OG is that they're remaking the stack around Misha, and that they're going to take some promising players. So based entirely just on what we've been saying this patch of what I've been on this show, and from what I've been saying in pubs, I'm gonna go 7 Jesu carry. Okay, he's a pub player who's been owning in the international pubs recently. Gunner mid, because someone today said that Gunner's moving to mid. A motherfucker pos 3, because everyone's saying a motherfucker's gonna move to a big team. Let's keep Saxa, because why not? And then Misha captain, and that's my prediction for OG, which is based on like nothing other than their speculation, wild speculation.
Team Amar, let's go!
Amar's going to end
Team
up
fucker,
somewhere.
woo!
Amar the fella.
ATF.
You know his name. He called out the
Yeah.
casters for saying it. I love that guy. Say my name. You know what it is.
Okay, I think we'll leave it there then. Hopefully next week we'll begin to, or next episode, which will be later this week, we'll begin to coalesce slightly. Things will move from the primordial swamp in which they are currently situated into...
I hope North America has like a single solid roster by next week. Right now it is a mess.
Yes, it'd be nice for EU or North America to have a solid roster, but at the moment, don't those guys know I have a podcast to make?
You skipped SA, by the way.
Oh yeah, South America. What's happening in South America? Any South America
Everything
news?
was already decided. We talked about everything last week. There isn't any updates.
Yeah,
All
it
the
seems
rosters
pretty
are
solid South
now.
America from where we were last week.
Yeah,
I refer you to last
exactly.
week's podcast.
Oh, I do have one update though.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
By dropping these random rumors
Oh,
from
no.
different regions all at once, it's very difficult to structure a podcast now.
My OG prediction got a thumbs down from Bonkers, unfortunately. So seems kind of unlikely there, but I still believe in it. You know, I believe in my mindless, baseless, wild claims. I hope that what I hope next is that someone on Reddit is like, "Oh, OG's gonna be this." Nomad said so, because that would be funny. I want that to happen.
This is how media works, you know?
Exactly. Make a baseless claim and then get loads of credit for it, even though it's wrong, and then get flamed when it goes wrong. But any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've burnt enough time for you, Neff.
Oh, Alliance have said that will 100% happen, so that's confirmed.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's it. Confirmed by Alliance. You guys can now post it on Reddit. It said confirmed by Alliance. Excellent. Cool.
The
All right, we're
Alliance
doing it,
Twitch
guys. We're
person,
leaking.
incidentally, if anyone is.
No. Don't include that, Dan. Come on, man. Do you know
I'd
how
just
these
like
things
to,
work?
because I don't want people to pick up too much heat. Neff, have you got what you were going to say yet, so we can stop filling and close this podcast?
Let us
I
die.
thought I did. I lost the information though. SG is going to be playing with like Hiko in Division 1 this next season, but I lost the full roster that I had here.
Fair enough. Okay, well, next week, let's roll that out.
Next week. I'm too tired, man. I need to go sleep.
Thank you so much for joining me, Neff. You can sleep now. And Nomad and Arsene from We Play, you can follow these guys on Twitter. It is worth doing so. We will be back later this week or early next week with some more rumours, analysis, and quips. Thanks so much for joining us. I'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.